Hey everyone, it's Xant. So our Sokai Week info finally dropped, and I figure this one's gonna hurt for anyone who rolled on the EXS. Keep in mind the 4-star pick ticket shop changes, so you won't be able to obtain the full armor 7th until 4 weeks have passed. And the next couple of days are going to be your last chance for a while if you need this suit or any of its parts now. Alright, new stuff. First up is the 00 Sky, an upgrade of the 00 Diver Ace from Build Divers and piloted by the protagonist of the series, Riku Mikami. Built after the Diver Ace was totaled in a match against the Astray No Name, Riku wanted to incorporate designs from different Gundam series into his Diver Ace, which is based on the 00. His main inspiration was the Destiny Gundam. It has quite a handful of tools at its disposal. Has a Beam Vulcan turret set, 2 beam sabers, a beam rifle, a Buster Sword, which was inspired by the Destiny's Erendite, and it's stored on the back, a long rifle, also inspired by the Destiny's beam rifle, and also stored on the back. It can be fired without holding the grip. 2 sky bracers. These are gauntlets that can manipulate beams to do a couple of things. First, they can generate beam shields, and second, they can extend the finger parts to create beam claws. And 2 sky leg guards. Same idea as the bracers. They can generate beam shields to deflect beams, and they can also be used offensively. However, instead of the beam claws, these can directly fire beams themselves. The suit also has access to Wings of Light. These are generated by the GN particles from its dual GN drives. Transam Infinity, which combines Transam with Wings of Light, and the higher than sky phase, where the normally red Transam turns almost cyan and boosts the performance of the machine beyond the combination of Transam and Wings of Light. The suit is also capable of manipulating the particles from Wings of Light while in this phase to modify its weapons, like turning the long rifle into an energy bow, or turning its sword into a huge blade of light. There better be some great buffs on this suit. Our other Sokai suit is the X1 Full Cloth. So for a good chunk of Crossbone, the Earth Federation's SNRI had been supplying the Crossbone Vanguard with parts. However, they eventually became unable to do so, and all the spare parts were then put towards the X1 patchwork, making the full cloth. Now, I'm going to bring the weapon list up, but I'm not going to talk about it, because it shares its loadout with the Crossbone X3, which we got only a few months ago, September, with the addition of the Peacock Smasher and Screw Whip from the X1 Kai Kai. So all of its weapons have already been talked about. The full armor moniker comes from the armored cloak that it wears, which is heavily reminiscent of the Death Scythe Hell's anti-beam shield that it kind of slides over itself. It's made up of the ABC cloak, so it's extremely durable, and the skull heads on the sides are more than just aesthetics, as they hold I-field generators, which when used in tandem, effectively nullify every beam attack aimed towards the Gundam. Is this going to be the new hype melee suit, and 00 Sky is just going to be brushed off? We'll see. Now, our welfare suit this week is the Grimgird, coming from Iron-Blooded Orphans and piloted by McGillis Farid. It uses the Valkyrja frame, which was produced near the end of the Calamity War era, but fell into quick obscurity due to the Gundam frame being developed around the same time. Less than 10 mobile suits that use this frame were ever created, and you're looking at one of them. Made to be lightweight and energy efficient, the Grimgird benefits from high mobility, both in space and on land. However, this has the drawback of requiring the pilot to be skilled enough to handle the suit's shifting center of gravity. It's a spectacular machine, even considering its age, hence why Gallarhorn ended up using the base Valkyrja frame to create the Grays line of mobile suits. As for weaponry on this suit, very basic, as most IBO suits are. It has 2 Valkyrja shields, 2 Valkyrja blades. These are actually stored on the underside of the shields. They can be held in the mobile suit's hands directly, or kept mounted on the shield and just rotated out to fight, and a Valkyrja rifle. I really wonder what the suit's going to bring for EX or traits. Maybe we'll see some like alpha, beta, gamma buffs? Now here's the part where I remember that this is a Sokai, and the pilot's being added, but I've also talked about McGillis the Coup Maker before, so that'll be a pass from me, dog. However, I will say this is his Montag masked variant. Good luck matching up to your gacha self though, dude. Now, our first gacha pilot, Julieta Juris, is also from Iron-Blooded Orphans. A loyal pilot of Gallarhorn, and eventually a rather skilled one, she managed to obtain respect from her commanding officers, even though she wasn't of a noble house or lineage. Remember that in Iron-Blooded Orphans, they were much like a feudalistic society in space, where pedigree and blood held the most weight, so someone with neither climbing up in position was pretty frowned upon and extremely rare. As for combat skills, you pretty much watch her go from sideline assistant to fighting Mikatsuki one-on-one, after pretty much spending the entire series chasing power and trying to get stronger. Granted, she loses that one-on-one and only managed to beat him in their final encounter after he survived an orbital bombardment, but a win's a win, right? The final addition this week is Alpha A Bait, an Earth Federation ace and pilot of Titans from Stardust Memory. There's really not much on him, other than the fact that he was a one-year war veteran and participated in the Physalis retrieval mission. His name's a joke, about the alphabet. Alpha A Bait? Alphabet? Haha, get it? Look, I didn't write the joke. And with that, this Sokai's all wrapped up, and I'm done here. I might actually roll a bit for the 00 Sky, just to get the higher than Sky Awakening, if it has one. Because, Wings of Light plus Trans Am, it just sounds really, really cool. Also, in case you didn't know, treasure missions are here. Back? Whatever. Anyways, for each Sokai part you have equipped and run these missions, you get bonus drops, up to a maximum of +5, so 5 parts max, I guess. Anyways, peace out guys, and I'll see you in a few days for the impression stream.